have fun. Also, a special thank you to our parents, Chuck and Krista, and the Grywees, Jeremy and Susan, for all of their help in making this day happen. And I mean that sincerely, because there was a time there where Mallory wanted to just go to the courthouse to be married, throw a party outside in the field afterward with a couple tents and call it good. Safe to say, with the cold weather and snow, I'm very thankful we were able to convince her otherwise. For those of you who don't know me, I am Mallory's older sister, Taylor. Growing up, Mal and I had your typical sister relationship. I was the older, bossy sister who wanted her to go along with and do whatever I said. Mallory, being the younger sister, never did what I wanted her to do. In fact, she almost always did the opposite. This would start an inevitable argument and usually end with us both getting in trouble. For example, one night, we were quite a bit older, and I snuck over to Mallory's room with an expo marker. She was awake, and our conversation went a little something like this. Mal, can I write on your forehead with this expo marker? Why? I don't know, because I want to. Okay, fine. Are you gonna tell on me? No. Do you promise? Yeah. Mal, you promise you're not gonna tell on me? I'm not gonna tell on you, just do it. So I proceed to write the word idiot across her forehead. It seemed fitting, being as she was actually letting me write on her head. Turns out I should have turned around and wrote it on my own face as well, because no more than I crossed that T and dotted that I, she was ripping off the covers, headed toward the hallway, yelling, "Dad, Taylor wrote on my forehead with an expo marker." 100% we both got in trouble for that. Mallory and I were very much opposites growing up. I liked to play with Barbies, and she once asked only for Hot Wheels for her birthday. The week of my wedding, I was finalizing all the details, and Mallory was sitting in a tree stand. When we would talk about what we wanted for our futures, Mallory would always say that she wanted to marry a farmer, have cows and horses and chickens, have a lot of dogs, and she wanted to learn how to hunt. I would look at her like she had 3 heads because 1, no thank you, and 2, how will she ever find someone who can give her all of that? Lane, I think we speak for our whole family when I say from the moment we first met you, we knew you were the one for our sister. You're kind, smart, funny, and you check every single one of those boxes on her childhood dream list. Thank you for making my sister so happy. And thank you for taking her hunting just a few days before the wedding. I don't know many brides that would want to spend their wedding week in a tree stand, but I'm happy that she was able to get that buck. Before I wrap up, I should also mention there was one more thing that Mallory said she always wanted. And that was that she wanted to have more kids than the family on 19 kids and counting. I know you guys got a head start on that one, but good luck. Be taller than 5'5". Cheers to the new Mr. and Mrs. Grywee.
Hi, for those of you who don't know me, that really sucks. I'm pretty awesome. I'm Colleen, Mallory's younger sister and the maid of honor. Mallory, you look absolutely stunning today, and Lane, you look same old, same old. Growing up with Mallory as my older sister was quite the experience. After she made it through high school, Mom and Dad had no expectations for me, and they just hoped I studied a little bit. They were really just hoping I survived. Mallory broke them in, and I got the easy ride and could get away with pretty much anything, so thank you. Me and Mallory were the middle children together, and that meant sharing a room for most of our lives. At one point, there was a duct-taped line down the center of our room, and if one of us crossed that line, it was World War III in our household. We also shared a bed for a while, which ended with a lot of kicking and name-calling in the middle of the night. Somehow, after our years of fighting, we became best friends. I honestly do not know how. But we would stay up late talking, gave each other advice, and always had each other's backs, especially whenever it came to Mom and Dad. If I knew Mallory was clearly in the wrong or I knew she was about to get in trouble, I was texting her and I would have her back no matter what. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Now, Lane, I wish you luck. Mallory is very bullheaded. One time at 16, she ran away from home on foot after Dad took her phone and keys away. Dad then had to drive around town looking for her for 30 minutes because his 16-year-old daughter ran away from home. But I knew Lane was the one pretty early on. One night, me, Taylor, Mallory, and Lane, we all got home after a night out. Taylor made us pizza rolls, and me and Taylor said something that made Mallory very upset. Mallory stomped upstairs angrily. Lane just kept eating, totally unfazed. Me and Taylor looked at him, confused, and he goes, "You just gotta give her a minute." After a few minutes, Lane went upstairs upstairs to check on her, and he came back downstairs 30 seconds later with Mallory smiling like nothing happened. It took Lane approximately 2 months to figure out something that me and my family have been trying to figure out for 20 years, how to deal with Mallory. That's when I knew he had her figured out and this was gonna work. Lane, thank you for making my sister so happy and for giving me the cutest nephew. I'll take a couple more of those. And today is extra special because not only do you get to marry my sister, but you finally get to get added to our family Snapchat group, Family Poop. Be ready for thousands of daily photos of Callum and Nitro. My advice is to skip through them. They're dumb. So if everyone will raise their glass to Mallory and Lane and wish them a lifetime of happiness. Cheers.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Blake, the younger sibling. Also, the one who spent his childhood looking up to Lane. Here we go. But slightly fewer injuries than Lane has ever had. Growing up, Lane meant learning some important lessons early in life from you. Even though he told me
Just wing it, Blake.
me and Lane, we've spent a lot of time together in our days, whether we were getting in trouble or having good times. We've hunted together, we snowmobiled together, we worked together, we rode horses together, and honestly, we've definitely done some partying together. So I've seen every side of him that's fun and hardworking, the protective one, and the one who thinks he's invisible. Especially when he's on a snowmobile and he decides to jump a 5-foot snowdrift. Then we met Mallory, or he met Mallory at a concert, because apparently loud music and bad lighting are the perfect combination for true love. And honestly, from that moment on, he's been a different guy. Not too different. He still finds trouble when you give him enough time, but a better version of himself. Together, these two do everything: travel, ride, have adventures, and somehow tolerate each other, which honestly is the biggest sign of love. Mallory, thank you for making my brother so happy and for taking on someone who breaks his head open, his insurance deductible, and his beer budget all in the same week. So let's raise a glass to these two, to love and laughter and marriage. Cheers.
Hi everyone, I'm Trevor, Lane's older brother, and as best man, my job is to say something nice about Lane. But I promised I wouldn't lie, so I'll keep it short. Growing up, Lane and I made a lot of good memories. Going to the fairs and doing a lot of partying together. I'm glad to call him my brother. When Mallory came into his life, he became an even better version of himself. The two of you together are the perfect match. Lastly, raise a glass to Mr. and Mrs. Gravy. May your marriage be as strong as the drinks you have in your hands.